Welcome back to Shady Joe's Garage. Today we're going to start working on the fuel system. So we have to drop the tank. Got a couple lines we could undo here. So we had a couple bolts here, 2 bolts here. And we should have 2 more bolts here. After we let that down, we'll see what we need to do up here. There should just be a couple hoses and a wire connection for the fuel level. Alright, so now we're going to take these off. 2 in the back, 2 in the front. First thing we're going to do is spray some PB Blaster. So it's interesting, there's two nuts on here. So it's a 12 and then a 14. Okay, now we're ready to lower the tank and start undoing fuel lines and electrical connector. Okay. Don't look like it broke. I'll take it. Won't come out of the socket. There you go. Okay, it's out. So right here are 2 lines that we can take off. Here, and then I think there's an evap line right here that we can take off. That should let us lower it some more. This looks to be, ow! This is the fuel gauge wire. I drop it a little more, I should be able to take that off. Step 1. Okay. Alright, well, there's no easy way for this because these hoses are binding it up. So I'm just going to put the jack all the way down. Finagle it around. Now we are 100% off the jack. I would probably be getting the filler neck through. I don't want to move. There we go. Man, that gas smells amazing. So, in case you're wondering, this is what we're going to slip in, hopefully. Looks good. The mounts look pretty similar. Obviously we'll know when we get this slid in there. But I mean, it's got, 2 screws, bottom, top, 2 on each side. It all matches. And these, does it match? Same width for these 2 screws as on the fuel tank. Now obviously this is an electric fuel pump. This is manual for carburetor. So the fuel pump's up attached to the engine on the original truck. So there's that. So we're going to have to run wire for our fuel pump. Man, I got a feeling this gas tank is not going to be any good. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. It is so beautiful in there, guys. Alright guys, check this out. Let me take my smartphone here and turn my light on for you guys. I mean, we can see how beautiful this is. That's just quality. I'm sure I can sell that on eBay pretty easy. I don't know if you can see in there. Need a better light. How are we looking? Looking usable? Think I can sell us some gun on Fleabay? Woohoo! Yeah! Alright, I'm going to prepare for my next step and we'll be right back. So right now I've got my nylon fuel line out. It comes in this bunched up roll. It's hard to mess with, so I just hit it with a heat gun a few seconds. I had it clamped up here. I just kind of heated it up as I went down. It's not perfectly straight, but if you look at the rest of the bundle, that's a whole lot easier to work with than this. So I had 2 fittings. I got 1 left. I need some 90s. So this is going to be my supply line because I already have my return in here. So here's my return line. Got a new fitting on it. And this is where I'm going to put the fuel filter. This is the factory Kia line. I like it. Unfortunately, this end is broken, so I can't use this end. And I can't really bend it to make it work anyway, so I'm going to have to remake this line. You can see so we got the supply line and we got the return line right next to it. So my return line that I just made is going to plug in right here when I'm ready. So I took out all the old steel lines, so the steel lines aren't in here anymore, other than this evap line that goes to the tank. I'll find where it connects on the Kia motor. Haven't gotten there yet. This thing's so far away from me. It does not help having to hold it down with my shoe, so don't turn. And I can't get any leverage on this thing. It's like the happy median where it'll move and not bend. You did it. See if I can put you right in my way so I can't work in here and show you guys what's up. Okay. So, back here is our supply line to the fuel rail. Okay, clicked on. So that is on. That's done. And this is where our So this is where our fuel filter outlet's going to go. This is inlet. Alright, so I just stretched out my line, heated it, kind of made it straighter. So let's go ahead and run it. So as you can see here, I already have my supply line. And I got a barb fitting on it already. I need to push that back over here. We're going to feed the return line in, so let me show you where we're going to do that. I hope you can see that. So we're going to follow where the factory lines went, which will be through here. And through here. This. So I'm going to go ahead. Alright, so I'm going to try to zip tie these with one hand because there's no way I'm getting my second arm up here. Find cramps. Okay. It's not tight enough, it won't move. Loose enough, it's not going to hurt it. Okay, so we're working on the wiring. This is going to be my ground wire. I already clamped on the pin to go into the connector. And this is going to be my positive wire for the fuel pump. And these are the current wires that go to the fuel gauge. So I have my stock plug, and since we're converting it to EFI, this is the connector, and this is where the wires are going to go. So it's split. This side is the EFI, the fuel pump, and this side is the fuel gauge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these yellow and black wires, we're going to put new pins on them, we're going to put them where they go. So yellow will go up top and black will go on the bottom, and on this side the ground wire will go up top. We can technically plug that in now, and then the power wire to the fuel pump will go on that lower one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape these wires together so they're kind of connected. I'm going to cut these as close as I can to the connector, because we will not be going back to that type. This is going to be a permanent fixed, permanent change. Alright, so as you can see, my power wire is black and my ground wire is green. I just had more black wire at the time, and this was just some scrap. Let's get these wires stripped and a connector put on. Okay. So the first piece that's going to go on is the weather boot. It has to go on a specific way. We'll do the yellow one first so you can kind of see it. So our pin here is going to grab onto that right there. So this part of the pin is going to grip that to hang on. Big boy. Okay, do this one first. So we want to bring our weather stripping down to the end of the wire coating. Yeah, that's why you look before you crimp it. It's twisting. You don't want that. Sometimes if you take the prongs that go over the weather coating, you just squeeze them in just a little bit. It's usually just enough to get it in. There we go. Okay. It's not far enough. Okay, so I'm going to tape it again with my ground wire. I'm going to put an eyelet on here. We're just going to ground it to the frame. And then the wiring's done. We'll be ready to put the fuel tank in with the new fuel pump. Well. Look how far we've come. So as you saw in, maybe you didn't see. Yeah. So as you saw, the old gas tank was pretty rough. We were going to have it cleaned, but we found out it had a hole in it. So we ixnayed the whole repair and just went to new. So here's new. So this is the old vent cap of the old tank. Okay, took a little persuasion, but we did get it in there. We got the boot separated first, and then put the seal in, and then put the valve back in. Okay, so this is a B2200 gas tank with a mechanical fuel pickup at the engine. You know the type. So this is where your original pickup and cylinder goes. You know, one of these guys. So we got our, I think that was the cylinder at one point, and then you got the filter with the hose. So this is for the manual. Now obviously we don't have a carburetor anymore, so we need an electronic fuel pump. And this is where things get interesting. Actually, I don't need that because this brand new fuel pump already comes with a gasket. Yes, I said that right. Our electronic fuel pump, new cylinder, everything's new. And the best part is it fits right in the hole. I've already measured it and it's perfect. It is beautiful. It was made for it. All 8 holes will line up. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we had a really hard time finding a new fuel pump for this. Even for a 2600, we couldn't find a new assembly. You could find a pump, not an assembly. I guess you could find a new or a used one for a couple $100. That's the way you wanted to go. Wasn't the route we wanted to go. So on eBay there was this pump. It says Mazda B series and a Mustang. It definitely did not show, it didn't have any information. So we took the chance. And here it is, screwing right into the factory tank. I'm just going to show you where everything's going. Unfortunately, I don't think the camera is going to pick anything up. So there's one mount. It's the rear mount. Here's the front mount. Over here we have one of the lines off of the fuel tank. And then we have our return line, our supply line, and then we have another vent line here that's going to go to the other hose on the tank. And then we have our new fuel pump wired in. The ground wire is just attached down here. The positive wire to the pump is ran all the way to the relay box, fuse box up front. So that's the only way I really had to run to make this work. The other two wires were for the fuel level gauge. So we're going to have to put our filler and our vent tube up here. And that's how it's going to go. So we're going to have to run these up here first. Fuel system's in. Fuel system's connected. All the hoses are attached. I probably need to tidy them up just a little bit. The filler neck's in. I made the mistake of closing the door. I'll have to. There we go. It's all attached. So there's only one thing left to do in the fuel system. And that's to connect our filter. I don't know why I saved this till now. The hoses have been here for a while. But yeah, let's do this together, I guess. This one don't click. See, if I would have looked at that sooner, I would have known that. Alright, it's not how I like to do things, but unfortunately I gotta shave a little bit off of these prongs. There we go, it's in. I can feel that the bottom's in, feel that the top's in. Well, here we sit again with another task finished. The fuel system is done, complete. Glad to see that one's done. Some other things have been done behind the scenes that I haven't shown. The clutch system has been replaced, the master cylinder, the slave cylinder, the rubber hoses, and I got that system bled already. Those are pretty easy. I just want to get it done real quick. Sorry it took you guys long for the ride. We have exhaust done. Really just fluids. I'll work on that tomorrow, and then we'll be getting close to our first startup. I'll make sure you're here with me for that. Make sure to follow me on my Facebook and Instagram page, Shady Joe's Garage. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to follow along, and more content coming on our way.